Hello, everyone. Most of us, when we were children, would hide under blankets during a violent storm. There's a good reason to be afraid of nature. It can be really dangerous. According to the statistics of the National Weather Service, every year in the United States, several dozen people are killed by lightning. However, most encounters with this natural phenomenon don't end in tragedy. Many people manage to get out alive.
Lightning strikes are not common to hit
Today,
people,
we're gonna talk about
but
the most interesting of these
deaths
cases.
do
Let's get it
occur.
on.
I like academic
One day,
videos,
Alex
I don't know if you
Correas
can
from
tell.
Texas went for a walk with his dogs when the weather started changing. However, he didn't give it much thought and kept on walking with his
no.
pets. That's when he
No,
was
I don't
struck
like
by
these
lightning.
videos.
The surveillance video shows Alex falling and his dogs rushing away in terror. Fortunately, at that time, he was passing by a veterinary clinic. A helpful worker of the clinic named Christy Mittler immediately recognized what happened and rushed to help Alex. When the rescue team finally arrived
So
on
you're
the
not
scene,
really supposed
they
to
saw that
touch
Alex was
someone
not moving
that
or
gets
breathing.
struck
Also, his
by
clothes
lightning.
were burned. Fortunately, Christy and her colleagues brought an emergency kit from the hospital and were able to save Alex's life. The young man had to spend several days
Or
in
at
the
least be
hospital, but
careful
he did not
before
suffer
you
any
touch them.
serious injuries.
Like, make sure it's okay.
You probably think you can only be hit by lightning if you are walking in the woods or swimming in a lake in the midst of a storm, but it can actually happen in the most unexpected places. William Hall, for example, pulled over at a gas station in New York to fill up his car, but instead of getting on with his life, he almost lost it. William was struck by lightning at the gas station and fell to the ground, slamming his face into his van. People in the convenience store thought it was an explosion because of the loud bang and the blinding flash. Surprisingly, it wasn't even raining at the time. William remained unconscious for 5 minutes, but eventually he regained consciousness and even remembered what had happened. The doctors who arrived on the scene were so impressed by his luck that one of the paramedics even asked the guy to rub his lottery ticket. Luckily, no one was injured during this accident at a gas station in Fort Worth, Texas, but the consequences were comparable to the fall of a huge asteroid.
I don't know about this comparison.
The event occurred at 4 a.m. when, fortunately, there were no people at the station. Look how peaceful this place seems when suddenly, boom, a bolt hits the floor, scattering pieces of concrete around. Imagine the shock of the gas station employees when a few hours later, they saw this, a huge hole measuring 4.5 meters wide and almost 1 meter deep. If you usually travel by plane, it is very possible that you have traveled at least once aboard an aircraft that has been struck by lightning.
As we descend into Paris.
It's not really surprising. It happens very often. On average, every commercial airplane is struck once a year. But don't worry, airplanes are designed to avoid disasters caused by electric shocks. Austin Dunn from Florida works with planes on the ground, but he still managed to face this phenomenon. A couple of years ago, he was struck by
bound to get
lightning
hit
just as he was
because they're
passing
literally
under
a
the nose
chunk
of
of
a
metal
plane parked
up in
near
the
runway.
atmosphere
More
near the
precisely,
clouds.
the lightning struck the tail of the plane, then passed through the entire fuselage, came out through the front, and hit Austin. That was probably the only thing that saved him from a tragedy. It is said that the probability of being struck by lightning at least once in a lifetime is 5,000 to 1.
Wow, 5,000 to 1 is actually more scary of a number than I would have thought. More common
And
to
the
be
chance of
hit.
the event being
than I would
recorded
have
by a
thought.
camera is even lower. Well, this American
I would
journalist
think
was
it's a
reporting
little
live
bit
and barely escaped
off
a fatal outcome.
of a statistic.
The strong electric discharge hit the floor just behind his back, probably forcing viewers to jump on their sofas. It's amazing how the cameraman didn't even tremble at that moment. This girl can teach you how to make high-quality content for Instagram. She just wanted to make a video proving that the rain hadn't stopped for hours and ended up accidentally shooting a viral clip.
I don't know what you guys have going on, but this is my house. Oh my God.
The raging lightning was so beautiful that the video looked edited. By the way, we're amazed how this woman kept her cool. Most people would probably use much stronger expressions. Who knows what goes on in the minds of people who do not hide in their homes at the beginning of a thunderstorm and instead run outside to admire this majestic natural phenomenon.
Yeah, go
The star of this
inside.
video is one of those
Oh,
daredevils, and we
goodness.
can only admire his calmness and fearlessness. Here he is standing on the terrace of his house in Norway, filming a powerful storm. Daniel manages to record a strike, but apparently that wasn't enough for him. He keeps recording, and then something incredible happens. Lightning strikes at the other end of his terrace, literally 5 meters from him. The funny thing is that the enthusiastic
Wow,
cameraman
destroyed their
stays on the beach
house.
instead of hiding in the house. Perhaps Norwegians know the secret of eternal imperturbability. These are not images from a new apocalyptic movie, although it might look like it. This clip was shot in Florida, where a police officer miraculously escaped lightning while trying to get out of his car. By the way, Florida is believed to be the place where most people in the US are struck by lightning. The reason is the state's
Because they
peculiar
are in the
geographical
middle
location,
of
which has
a
ideal
flat,
conditions for the
treeless
formation of
area,
massive storm
so they
clouds.
are the
It's always
tallest
great when sporting
object
competitions involve
in that
exciting
area, and they're
situations.
going to get zapped by lightning because of it.
However, in this case, excitement went too far.
The
A powerful lightning strike hits a
lightning
tree on
will
the
go
golf
to
course
what
during
has
the
the
US
least
Women's Open in
resistance and is
Charleston.
the
Fortunately,
easiest
players and spectators had already
to,
been evacuated from the field due to the weather. Surprisingly, the tree
discharge.
did not catch fire, as is often
So
the case
usually
in
the
this kind of
taller
situation,
objects
but
like
the huge
trees
cracks
are
left
hit,
by the lightning show how dangerous it was.
which
The
is why it
protagonist
might
of
be
the
a good
following
idea to
story,
get
a boy
closer to the
named Josiah,
ground
escaped
and
death thanks to a
get to
passerby and his
safety.
best friend. But in this case, the
Wow.
best friend wasn't human. On the day of the accident,
Oh my
this 13-year-old
gosh.
boy was on his way home with his friend Javier. The kids had to leave the skate park after a heavy rainstorm started in the town of El Mirage. The clouds thickened quickly, and lightning started flashing here and there. But who knew that the kids would be hit? Javier managed to stay conscious, but Josiah was thrown into the air by the blow, immediately lost consciousness, and hit his head. Fortunately, a passerby immediately started giving him a heart massage. Apparently,
Wow.
this saved the boy from death. But the boy was also helped by his favorite skateboard. The fact is, it served as a kind of lightning rod, which conducted the electrical charge from the body directly to the ground. We don't want to imagine what would have happened if
Grounded.
it weren't for the help of this good Samaritan and the boy's skateboard. Because the average charge of lightning contains 1 billion joules of energy. That's enough to keep a 60-watt light bulb lit for 6
If it doesn't
months.
get grounded,
Have you ever been at the beach
you
enjoying
are
the
in
beautiful
big
weather when
trouble,
suddenly the
probably
sky
death.
fills with dark clouds and you start feeling raindrops on your skin? That's pretty much what happened in Long Beach, California. The video shows a few surfers swimming in the ocean even though the storm had just started. The first lightning didn't take long to arrive and hit the sand at the water's edge, near the people on the beach. Several of them lost consciousness for a couple of seconds, but fortunately no
Wow.
one was seriously injured. Experts say that during a storm, it's safer to be inside a car. However, it's not that simple. If the lightning bolt hits the antenna, the electrical charge will go directly to the tires and to the ground.
yeah, it's okay being in the car, but I wouldn't touch the surrounding exterior of the car.
However, the risk of the tires exploding in this situation is very high. On the other hand, if the discharge hits the roof, it can burn a stain. Finally, if the lightning strikes the fuel tank, it will catch fire, although these cases are extremely rare. In this video, a pickup truck is struck by lightning on the go. The
Oof.
result is 2 huge craters in the
Personally,
asphalt.
I'd rather
A
be in
married
my
couple
house.
who were inside the car at the time says that after the hit, they started to suffocate from the smell of burning and probably from the stress. Imagine how scared they were. The driver tried to open the doors and windows, but they were locked.
Yeah, I would
Fortunately,
not
a
want to be in a
policeman
car.
was passing by and helped the elderly get out from the vehicle. Remember, during a storm, you should never hide under a tree. If you don't know why, watch this video. It was shot in the backyard of a school in Tyler, Texas. Fortunately, no one was there at the time. In this video, shot by a 10-year-old resident from Davidson, US, it doesn't look like there's a real lightning. It actually seems like a powerful explosion. It's amazing that just a few minutes earlier, the boy was playing in the yard in the rain when his father forced him into the house. Then the kid started filming what was going on outside, and the result is incredible. There's something terrifying and at the same time soothing about this video shot in
Oh.
Miami. A cloudy sky, rapid boats, bright lightning.
Now, I would never want to be in a boat. like that.
It's
Oh my
pretty nice
god.
to see it when
And
you're
get
at home, but we
That's
don't want
ridiculous.
to imagine the screams of the boat captains as they rushed back to shore.
Mm-mm. My goodness.